Of both sides for us to move on. The relationship is too far gone to mend. The 26-year-old Mayfield threw 17 touchdowns, 13 interceptions in 14 games for the Browns last season. Most of our experts will tell you this request to leave the Browns is very expected, given the Browns have been talking to Deshaun Watson. Baker Mayfield's putting on social media, thanking the fans, saying there were a lot of uncertainties going on. And just in case, he wanted to thank the fans, and now it is coming to where he is requesting a trade. Let's welcome in our NFL insider, Josina Anderson, to talk about the ongoings around Baker Mayfield. We spoke to you yesterday briefly about him. What can you tell us today?
Well, the news that has come out is just foreseeable, right? I think that's the first thing that just comes to my mind. When Baker Mayfield put out that statement, the first thing I said to a source from the team was that, to me, it seemed like a placeholder. It seemed like a placeholder statement for another statement to come. It also illuminated his emotions at the fact that the Browns brass, understandably so, because it is every job of every front office to always explore upgrading and, just kind of reviewing and evaluating all personnel positions. But obviously that statement felt like it was a reaction emotionally to the Browns brass going down to Houston to talk with Deshaun Watson. And now that the news has come out today that Deshaun Watson has informed the team that the Browns are no longer in the running, this seems like another move in reaction to that. Not saying that it wasn't coming, but it's just the timing of it seems, that as well. So I can't say that it wasn't foreseeable given the events that have occurred.
Now, Josina, from your reporting, we've been following you closely on social media. You've mentioned the Seahawks may be interested in Mayfield. What can you tell us about that, or any other teams for that matter?
So I've talked to a couple league sources who have told me that the Seahawks have brought up exploring the potential of Baker Mayfield. Obviously, we know that Russell Wilson has gone to the Denver Broncos. I'm quite aware that the Seahawks have expressed their confidence and faith in the quarterback that they acquired in exchange for giving away Russell Wilson. But the void is the void. I just got off the phone, with the source who's just saying, obviously, and I'm going to, couch somewhat of the conversation as to protect, who I'm speaking to. But it's obvious the Seahawks do not have a quarterback to the level of the quarterback that just left. Period. So they would be remiss not to explore further options to make sure that they have performance at the caliber that they're used to. And also from an economic standpoint, that would help maintaining butts in the seat, so to speak, to be quite frank.
Well, just like the Browns had to explore the potential to get Deshaun Watson, and the Seahawks exploring other quarterbacks. What is their seriousness level, though, when it comes to Baker Mayfield? How serious are they at looking at him?
Well, that's always part of the job process. And I think more so what really is the focus is the fact that Baker Mayfield remains under contract with the Cleveland Browns. And you cannot have a trade if the other partner is not acquiescing to those discussions. So where it is very true that those discussions have happened internally as part of their due diligence, and those discussions have made its way to me, you still have to have the Browns participating and wanting to do that. And obviously, the reports have come out thus far that the Browns are not participating in that. And furthermore, I'd just like to back up too, because yesterday, and in response to the statement that had come out from Baker Mayfield, there was talk, about, the Browns potentially being ready to split up with Baker Mayfield, and also questions to the degree of his maturity level, potentially factoring in that desire. And I was told very explicitly by a team source, obviously for it to make sense, right, that neither of those things were the case per the team's perspective. So that would seem to be in line with what you're hearing right now with respect to the Browns reportedly not wanting to participate in trade discussions. at the end of the day, the Browns also need a quarterback too. Yes, there's high belief in Case Keenum, but they right now have, at least I have been told that is not the case. Not to mention that they just acquired Amari Cooper, who I'm sure is coming there with the expectation that he is going to, get the targets, from a quarterback that can help his production, participating as a team member, of course, as a part of that team as well. But I know that, when he came to that team, that was definitely one of the things that was told to me that he would be, hoping for as well. So a lot of moving things to consider with respect to the current state of affairs. Now, obviously, it's a very sensitive situation, right? But Baker Mayfield is not the first quarterback to go through something like this. Obviously, you don't always have such demonstrative pursuits of another quarterback as far as the level of a Deshaun Watson, but certainly every year teams bring in new quarterbacks, younger, sometimes older at depth to maintain the depth at the position and sometimes to upgrade it. It is a part of the business of the National Football League. Doesn't take away from the emotions of it. It is understandable. People in the building have told me that they understand the emotions of it. Someone even this morning telling me, quote, it sucks, one, to lose Deshaun Watson and to be in this position. But at the end of the day, there's a professionalism that moves the cycle of the business of the NFL, and it just is what it is.
Josina Anderson, we appreciate it. Thanks for hopping on with us. We'll stay in touch with you. And as soon as you have anything, you let us know as well.
I got you, girl.
I know. She is one of the hardest working women in this business. We appreciate it. Josina Anderson there. By the way, for all things NFL, it's been a very busy week with free agency, the new season beginning. Make sure to download and follow All Things Covered, with our own Bryant McFadden and Patrick Peterson. Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.